Hi, students. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim on Cimnanya, and thank you all so much for all the love and support. Hope you all are doing great. So today we'll be talking something very important, and it's about how United States is working so hard to gain access to gain entrance into most of the African countries and all that. And it looks like they actually had a conference asking themselves, why do they care so much about what is going on in Africa and all that? And the response I saw the other one say was really very shocking. He actually said because they need to gain access, and also they need to and influence, right? So they actually know what they are getting in Africa. They know how they penetrate. And then I keep asking myself, why is it that most places where horrible things are happening, mostly where genocides are happening, if you check around, you are going to see that United States and some other Western countries are there. They know what is going on there. And now they're already very scared because Putin has actually shocked them and all that. Putin is actually trying as much as he can to help some African countries, and they feel like they are being intimidated, or they are kind of scared because they feel like what they are supposed to be getting, that Putin, Russians are trying to cover up all that and be the ones getting it and the rest of it. I want you to know that most of the places where all these people invade, all they do is still take away and not give back. You know what? Let's get into this.
Can you talk about why we care about what's happening in Africa right now? I mean, what if you tell the American taxpayer, why are we there? Why are we spending the money we're spending there?
Thanks for the question, Senator. For access and influence, I'd say that a number of countries are at the tipping point of actually being captured by the Russian Federation, as they are spreading some of their false narratives across Libya. And from a strategic answer piece, access influence across the whole Maghreb, that is NATO's southern flank. We need to be able to maintain access and influence across the Maghreb, from Morocco all the way to Libya. The PRC and Russia are also remaining exploitative where possible and coercive when necessary. They want that ground. They want power projection capabilities. So for the most part, the rest of the continent is also for mining concessions, whether it be gold or rare earth minerals. Both of them have a long-range plan. But I think at the accelerated pace, the Russian Federation is really trying to take over Central Africa as well as the Sahel.
Can you talk about why we care about what's happening in Africa right now? I mean, what?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is clear as day. America noticed that if the Russians come and become alliance with all of Africa, because they noticed that Africa now has really stand up their ground. And because of all the things that's going on, where they change leaders and they end up having their elective leaders, and they're also building their strong military and doing resourcements and gaining back their 40 acres and a mule, their 40 pieces of silver, and even gaining back all of their stuff that they were, and decolonizing from the colonizers then, which is the West. So right now it makes them feel like they are in fear. So they're not going to show their fear. They're going to say that we have the concern of this. And the reason why they make it to public, for the world to see that, oh, we're not going to stop down. We're going to have to continue on to divide and conquer. So if we can pull out the weed that's causing all this problem, even though the West is the weed, because Africa is pulling out the weed, it's like the farmer's gaining his crops and he's gaining back all his crops. So he decides to pretty much want to eliminate the weed, and even the real one that's a toxic weed that caused everything from the beginning, from the head tier all the way to the side, to the right, to the left, which is considered the West. So now what they're trying to do is say, if we have to initiate or do anything to alienate and cause something to upstore, to eliminate the alliance between Africa. So they're using Russia, for example, because, Putin had basically drawn them all in. Okay, and he also gave them resources and stuff like that. And half of those resources really was thankful to a president, Trump, You understand? Because you remember, Putin was business with him. All right? And with all of that, Putin was able to build his nation. Okay? And if you know about the history of the Cold War and the undivision between West Berlin versus East Berlin and the East versus the West of Europe, then you can know the answer why Russia is coming to build back, because they're taking back what was stolen from them. They're taking back. You understand what I'm saying? So they have joined lines with Africa. Okay? So it was like one farmer going to another farmer and saying, let's unite and let's get rid of the bad weeds. So that's what they're doing. So now United States is in fear. And all of this milks into fear, because if they can't get the natural resources or control or intimidate and they have the way how it was before, everything's going to look bad on our side. So all the things that we're weeping and benefiting, even though we're crying that we don't get this and don't get that. Remember, we have provided for health care. They have military, okay, that they give, and they give benefits for people that join the military. Also benefits for certain people for colleges. Why do you think they're trying to eliminate the DEI to colleges and affirmative action and all that stuff like that? Because they're looking at that particular side might be eliminated. You understand? And they're encouraging people to go to school, go to work instead of school. Next minute, they want the people, them certain minorities, to go and join the army if they have to make a war. You understand what I'm saying? So everything you see based on what their conversation is taking place, even though you don't hear the whole entire story, you have to put everything in perspective, because they notice that the farmer, which is Africa, who has all the resources, is now standing up. They're not really focusing on Haiti right now because they want them to kill upon themselves. You understand? Because they already took half of Haiti's natural resources. And even if Haiti has, they just feel like if they can get rid of the population, they could claim it later. But their main source is Africa, because that's the main farmer. That's the main planter. That's the one that has a source. So with Russia aligning with them, they can't make Russia strong. Okay? So they say it's a time that we have to cease in this situation, because they notice that things are getting weak now. Because you remember when one of the leaders went to Africa and they went to a part, and at one point the leader said from Ghana, oh, that's the politicians, they're the ones that said that. And then later on, he had one of his advisors to say, listen, you guys can't tell us what to do and run our country. If we don't allow that to happen, that is our law. And that's it. So whatever money that the United States gave them, it made them to start putting that money invest in military in case of anything should happen. You see, they were sitting there giving their money away and not really trying to, formulate and make sure everything stand ground. You understand? Africa bamboozled them. So now it's time for them to start saying, okay, if we have to go and alienate a war, then we're going to have to do it, but we need manpower and we have to get the resources. So now this commander is coming to them and telling them everything that's going on. So he's basically have to make the agreement. So that's what's happening in the United States. You see, the United States and the West have messed it up. If they were giving back the resources and helping the people by building schools, building things and giving them benefits where they can weave similar to us, then I don't think they would have went against them. But they turned around and went to places and just made them lack and made their land become desert where they couldn't bear anything. Okay, so one day one farmer realized that there was natural resources that he can still weep and continue his soil, and the other one did too. So that's the problem. So this is what this is. It's all about power. Okay, because America's always known to divide and conquer so they can receive their power. So it's all about ego driven and power, to gain back power, to gain back the rights, to gain back the control. So that's what they want.
So this is all I got from this video, and I am really very happy that they are kind of scared, that they are gonna lose, and it looks like they are actually losing. And let me start by saying that if you look around where most of the problems that are going on all over the world, USA, they have hands in it. Yeah. They know most of the genocide going on all over the world and all that. Some certain things, crazy things happening in Libya and other things. They are very much aware of it and they know. And the fact that they keep stealing, they keep taking because that is what they know how to do. And I really cannot wait for Africans to wake up because not until they wake up, and they really need to tighten their territory, tighten their environments, tighten everywhere, so they will not be able to come in because what they know how to do best is how to steal. And when they steal, they use it to develop their own country. Now, let me tell you something. Like she said, if they are stealing and at the same time trying to also help the people they are stealing from, I am sure some people might like overlook some certain things. But when they steal, they just steal and want to suck you all dry. I remember one of the videos that a Ghanaian woman said that since Africa met them, where have they been? The iron, the oil, the gold, everything, the timber, the cocoa. I mean, we are still running circle. We are still running around since we met them. Nothing has improved. Nothing has changed. It's been them always looking for a way to, when they see where there is something good coming out, especially mineral resources and all that, you see them go there, cause problem, make the people run away so they can actually come in there to extract whatever they want to extract. If you see what is going on in Congo, where the kids are mining cobalt and all that, for nothing, where young kids are being, young girls are being SA, 60 young girls being SA per hour. So you can imagine the suffering and the pain they have brought to people, how people have, a lot of people have lost most of their property, like lost everything because of the problem they are causing. If you see what is also going on in Haiti and other places, am I going to talk about? Like, I am so much concerned about what it's like really going on in my, people that look like me, like Congo, Sudan, and Haiti, and some other places, before I can talk of Palestine. Right? Because it looks like we focus so much on what is going on in Palestine, and then we forgot about the people that look like me that is also going through it. But then I am going to say that we really have to wake up. Our leaders have to wake up and do what they are supposed to do and stop putting our citizens, because if they are doing the job that they are supposed to do, I am sure they will not be putting their own citizens in danger, because what they know how to do best is to put their citizens in danger. Now, look at how they say this thing freely and all that, like what they are coming for. It's just really the how they said it. What are they coming to Africa to do? They are coming there to take what they are supposed to take, the ones they can take. And now if you see what is going on, Russia is kind of trying to connect with most African countries and all that. And that is not going down with them because they feel like they are taking their space. So for that reason, they are running helter-skelter to look for a way to cover up some certain things in order to still be able to continue what they are doing. Just look around. Most of the Western countries, if you look around what is going on all over the world, the places where they are having problems, genocide and all that, they are all involved. France, Israel, a whole lot of them, and the things they have taken from people. It is really right now that Putin is trying to help some people to get back what they have lost or what has been stolen from them and all that. See, I hope that we wake up, because if Africans are not woke, trust me, how do you want to help somebody that is not woke? It's either you are woke or you are dead. So you have to choose one. It's either you decide to wake up and face what is facing you, fight for your own right, fight for your own citizens, and win it, because the purpose is for you to win that race. Because if you do not win it, it means that you fought in vain, right? Now, look, I mean, like the whole thing is just really crazy. But like I said before, they really have to do what they are supposed to do in order to cover up all the things that have been the places that the loopholes, right? If you see how hard other countries, Niger and other countries are fighting so hard to pursue, to send France away from their countries, because you can imagine France living off most of the African countries till this very moment. And now I think they are feeling the vibes already, because Africans aren't smiling this time around. And I hope that all of them are going to continue to wake up and keep pushing till they are not able to steal anything from us. Not until then, because we really need our countries bubbling, doing great, having all the social amenities and all that. You can imagine when they come here and take away all those things, go back to their countries, they develop it. What are we using it to do? See you all in my next video. Bye for now.